So we are back for the chalkboard of perspective. So I've been asked this question 45 times in the last week. If I have a clinic page, should I have my own page? That comes from owners. And then associates ask me, if I work in a clinic, how do I have a personal branded page and how is it not going to conflict with the clinic page? They strengthen one another. You need both. That's the answer. So if you just wanted to know that, now you can dip. If you want to know why, stick around. I'll keep this to 10 minutes. Weirdly enough, all of my other videos have gone for 13 minutes and 12 seconds. That's nuts. But anyway, this one, I'm going to try and keep to 10. So there's two concepts on the board here that you might see. This side, this is trust. This is the way that you get someone to trust you as a human. This side here is how you build a following that I call a unicorn following, because when people hear you say, oh yeah, I spend a couple hours, maybe a week or a month on my social media. I don't have a massive following, but I get 5 to 10 new patients every single week who just walk straight in and they literally message me and they'll be like, hey, I'm ready to book in. How do I do it? They pay full price. They know exactly what I do. And my report of findings and things has completely changed because I don't have to sit down and sell anymore because I already sold them before they came in. They literally just come in and say, hey, which table do you want me to lay down on? Let's get started. And when you say that to someone, they don't believe you, right? They're like, that doesn't exist. Hence, it's called a unicorn. It does exist. Well, I don't know if unicorns exist, but they don't. But that practice can exist. It's just the fact that no one's put the time into actually doing it. So no one's ever going to be able to believe you until they do it themselves. So this is a whole nother, or actually each of these lines is a whole nother lesson just to show you. This is your movement, okay? So this is what people follow for. It's like the big idea, right? So they go, the parts are your universe. So you as an individual, like what do you do? What happens in your life? Then there's the narrative. So like what happened in your journey? How did you get here? Why are you doing this? There's your identity. So what character building things and stories do you have? And how did you get to where you are and why are you different to everyone else? Then you've got your conviction. So this is your proof, right? Like this is your, I'm different from the other chiro because I do this. This is your core equation. Then you've got the outcomes. So if you've got conviction, you need to have results. Then you've got a rhythm. So this is the movement, right? Like if everyone's vibing with you, they're probably doing the same things that you do. So if you are solving the problem of being a great dad and always being present, then you probably have a rhythm of setting time aside every week for your kids, making sure you're showing up to games. Like these are your things. Then you've got a North Star. So again, if you've done your core equation, you know that the left-hand side, the negative, is who we don't want to be. So a scubby dad or a disconnected dad. Then you want to move them towards a present dad or an athletic dad. So that identity is the goal to get them to, and that identity has a list of things, achievements that person does. So the goal is to get everyone to there, away from negative to positive. So you can see how they're all different, right? Now, where this comes in is this is what people follow you for. Okay, so this is like the human that they trust that created the following and the movement. So this is where clinics fail because a clinic page cannot do 75% of these things. And that's why clinic pages are so like clinical and they just talk about chiro. And maybe they do an odd fun exercise, like fun engagement post with the team, but there's never any like momentum. You don't really feel anything. If you message your followers, they don't follow back because you're a business. Like this is why a clinic page fails, okay? But if you do it as a human, you can actually get all these things in and build the trust, right? So trust is the point of this exercise. You will notice that I made each of these characteristics the word trust. Genius, I know. So what we've got is taboos, rituals, uniqueness, strengths, tenacity. I'm going to start with taboos because that's how trust is spelt, but also these are the most important thing, in my opinion, that help you be authentic. And I feel when we graduate uni, we're trying to be something. Then we literally one day go from being who you were to being a healthcare professional, a doctor, if you will. Then your whole identity has to change overnight. And if you haven't thought about it, or you haven't been trained, how to think about it, you can really rip your personality apart. And it starts by pretending like you don't have any taboos, like any vices, any bad habits. You just pretend like you're a perfect human. You know you're not. And after a long enough period of time, you start to crack and you feel really inauthentic. You get burnt out, you're tired because you're being someone you're not, okay? So a taboo in my eyes is the things you don't want to talk about, but they're the things that are true. So for me, and as an example, when I was in practice, if I went for a beer at the pub after a game of soccer, I would wake up on Monday morning anxious, like who saw me? Even if I drove home after that, obviously legally, but even if I was like, who saw me have a beer? That's pretty much what I was worried about. For a week, the whole week, I'd wait for someone to come in to be like, oh, I saw you down the pub, because that made me anxious because I thought that I'm not supposed to be there. That's not what a professional does. But that's what I did, but I couldn't put the two things together because I was trying to be two different people. Doesn't work. It's not longevity. You will burn and crash. And I burnt and crashed. That's what happens. And I see associates burn and crash all the time from the same thing. So get comfortable having pitfalls, okay? So taboos, write them down. And as soon as you just accept these things, you will instantly feel better. So I don't mind having a beer. Get over it. That's a part of my personality. It will show very little, I probably have maybe once every 2-3 months. I don't drink very often, but it will show maybe once every 2-3 months on my profile. And that's completely fine because you're allowed to have a beer. Obviously, if you've got vices that are a bit extreme, maybe pull them back in. You probably should know your own health better than most because you're a chiro. But that is just sit down and list out the shit that you enjoy. Your guilty pleasures, put them down. Pizza, I like pizza too. I'll put that there. If you pretend like you're this perfect human being and you're not, you'll burn out. Okay, so all I'm saying is just be honest with yourself. You are allowed to have an identity as a human and a healthcare professional. You just have to put them together. Okay? Then, next one, your rituals. So these are your, now moving into good habits, right? So, you read 10 minutes a day, you do breath work, you get up early, you avoid sugar, whatever they are, put in all your good habits, right? So all of your rituals. So for me, I enjoy reading. I love not being on my phone, for a whole day. So I have very little screen time. Rituals, gym. I'm either at the gym or I'm running every day. And yeah, anyway, you just list out all your things. So the things that you do, the good habits that you have. Then you've got your uniqueness. So this one here, this is what's going on your tombstone. Okay, so we're not talking about chiro here, we're talking about you. What are you going to die for? What's your thing, right? So this can change with your time, as you change, as you get older and you have experiences. But what this one is for me, it's if I say better you, better everything. So if I make myself better and make a bit of a selfish choice actually to make myself better, everything around me gets better too. So had I not gotten better at communicating, I couldn't have helped anyone watching this because I would be shit at it and no one would watch it. So I got better, so you can get better too. Everything gets better. Then you can go and improve your skill and you help the next thing. So anyway, that's my thing. It's better you. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Better you. Better everything. So have your philosophy, have your thing. This is your quote. If you boiled yourself down to one thing, what is it? What's your thing? because this like undermines everything that you do. Then your strengths. If you asked your mates what's Angus good at, like what's Ben good at, what's Steve good at, what's Michelle good at, what would they say? Like, what are your strengths? You know, he's caring, he listens, he's a great communicator. What are they? You've got strengths, write them down, okay? Make a list. This is building your person, remember? So you got your strengths, that one's pretty easy. Then you got your tenacities. So this is your passions. So I love surfing. That's going with this chalk. Surfing. I'm not a huge music festival guy. You might be. Like, you've got to have your own passions. I love cars, actually. Like vintage cars. As in like a Porsche 911 that I want to buy, but do not currently have. 1984 Porsche 911. So you got your passions, right? Like, not a big thing, but now you know. So it's like you know a little piece about me. And the point of all of this is that you're building a picture, okay? So okay, I'm just gonna write some stuff here. Comes listener, good at, try and be humble here, but it's hard sometimes, good at all sport. Wife hates me for that, but that's what she would say about me. So I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 things in 12 minutes that you can park something of your own next to. Okay, so you might be watching this and you might go, okay, I love reading. I'm good at most sports. I don't like cars. I don't like surfing. I'm not a very good communicator. Freaking love pizza though. Those 3 things will be enough for you to follow me because you can relate to me. All right? That's what we're trying to build here. It's just your whole persona so that it's like an icebreaker, right? Like if I gave you this card, then you wanted to message me, you've got some things to message me about, right? Like you might be like, oh man, what's your favorite kind of pizza? And I have literally had this, not the pizza thing, but it's like, what's your favorite kind of pizza? And then I'll be like, I don't know, Supreme, did it? And then they're like, oh, that's awesome. Hey, I just wanted to ask you this, and then bang, that's a customer, like that's a patient straight away, because they just needed to break the ice, and then once it's broken, they just tell you straight away what they want. So that's what the point of these are. So it's building the person so that someone can relate to. Now, to answer the question of clinic, personal page. Personal page can do all 5 of these because you are a human. You're allowed to do these things, okay? If you are a clinic, what are you allowed to do? You cannot do that because you have to be a clinic. You can have rituals inside your clinic, cool. You have a uniqueness, so you might have like a mission or a motto or something, like a clinic vibe. Your strengths, well, you can have strengths, but how are they going to be different to any other clinic's strengths? Like, we have x-rays and do neuro testing, it's the same thing. We love all our patients, so does everyone. So you can have strengths. They're not any different to any other clinic though, but as a human, you're different. You have all your own strengths. Then, so far, what are we up to? 2.5. Then your passions. Clinics don't have passions. They're not a person. So you might be like, our passion is to help. You're talking shit again. Like, a clinic can't do these things. So the way these things work together is this. Well, I'm not even going to give that one. This isn't enough to build trust. Okay, and this is where clinics get stuck. They become clinical. It's like our mission and then our habits. And our habits are usually come get adjusted, which is also the thing that we sell. So all it sounds like we're doing is selling. So that's why you struggle so much to get engagement on your page. You bring all these other things in, you humanize yourself, then you can actually collaborate back to your page with these things and these. okay? You can actually put these, I'd leave passions out. You can do these as well. So what you can do is when you post on your personal page about going to the gym, that can be related to a clinic. So you can do that. You can also do that about your uniqueness. So you can collaborate your philosophy back to the clinic page as long as everyone in the clinic has the same sort of philosophies, okay? Same thing with your strengths. So if you're a good communicator, if you probably not good at sport, like that's probably not relatable to a clinic, but anything health related, you can collaborate back to the page on. On your own page though, you don't put these things, right? Like you don't share that you're at the pub on the weekend. You don't say that you were at the footy on the weekend, because when you do, people who are following the clinic page are like, I don't care. Like the clinic is a different person who only talks about these boring things. If they wanted to follow you, then they would expect all of these things in one, but you can, when I say collaborate, it's literally a button on Instagram. You collaborate on your page and the clinic page and share literally anything related, anything that a clinic could post, you relate it and collaborate it back to the clinic. And then anything on your own page, you leave on your own page, so you don't collaborate with. So if you have your own practice, so you have a clinic page and your page, that's how you would do it. So you'd actually share, let's say 3 things would go this way, like that. And then the clinic would have its own rituals. So like getting adjusted, maybe some gym exercise stuff in there. It might have its own unique philosophy and its strengths, you know, it might be clean, whatever. So the clinic can post those 3 things. You share your own 3 things across, so it's got 6 now. And then your trust building exercise is for the people who want to follow you as the human, who are going to actually reach out and talk to you. They get to see all of this, all of this, all of this, all of this, and then most importantly, all of you. Like they're like, that's who that person is. He's not a perfect polished person. She. They actually are a human, but I can see like all the aspects of them. I can see their world. I'm starting to see what makes them. And then that is one part. They get to know you. You give them those little icebreakers that they can have. And then that's when they're like, okay, now what's the overall picture here? What are they actually about? That's how you create your unicorn. So to answer the question, long-winded way is have both, because a person is more relatable because you can actually be a human on. People will communicate that way. You're giving them things to attach themselves to so that when they're ready, they'll use that as an icebreaker. Whereas a clinic can't do that stuff because it comes across a bit, it's too clinical. Someone's not going to message you and be like, oh, I loved that Gonstead cervical adjustment that you did. They're not, no one's ever going to do that. But they will be like, how was your trip away to Fiji? Yeah, it was really good, thanks. Hey, just by the way, my back hurts. Like, that's what happens. So these are the differences. Do not lean away from any of these. All these aspects create you as a human. So get comfortable with them. It'll make you more authentic. The more authentic you are, the more trustworthy you are. The more trustworthy you are, the more people are going to reach out. And all of a sudden, you're going to start creating this unicorn. That's the lesson for this week.